Another glorious day, y'all. Another glorious day. I hope everything good with you and yours. For sure, for sure. What's up? What's happening? I'm gonna wait till y'all come up in the building. It's a great topic tonight, you know? Word up. Great topic tonight. What's up? As y'all enter the building, you know what I'm saying? We got a great topic tonight, you heard? What's goody? What's goody? We here. You already see the topic in the video. On the title of the video, you gotta be mentally fit in this world, you know? So we're gonna have a discussion, and it's not really me, it's not really, the topic's not really based around my opinion. It's just many different ways in which one has to be able to navigate, deal with each and every day with the bombardment of, so many different, things that's taking place in the world per se, First, before we even, it, 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 it it starts starts with our everyday life, you know, which is the world, So let me start off like this, right? When I say mentally fit, see, and the thing is this, right? As my slogan go, um, fitness goes beyond the park and the gym, and what I mean by that, I see them lights going up, much gratitude. So what I mean by that is when we working out, fitness, listen, that's it's a very small portion of what we partake in on throughout our daily involvement, right? But then we have the whole rest of the day. Whether you worked out before you started you actually started your day or after your day. You dig? What's up? What's goody? What's the deal? So it's very important that this topic is you know, brought to the attention of the people because we dealing with real life and I know for me, and again, I'm keeping it on the eye, and I look at myself, right? And I see, not that, yeah, so I do a lot of self assessing, So what I mean is, we got the worm backs in the building. I've been great. I've been great. um, so yeah. So when we talking about fitness, right? You know, this is a fitness channel, but when we're not actually working out, like I was saying, we are dealing with real life, okay? And I see them lights going up, much gratitude. Us, sure. Yeah, y'all in the building. That's what I'm talking about. Split squats at both. Split squats or stairmaster, both. And yo, them stairs is the truth too. Them stairs, yo, I gotta find me like a place where it's like, thousands and thousands of stairs. I'm glad that you mentioned that. I want to find, I mean, I can go into like somebody's like apartment built, but but I just need like maybe like a park or some type of place where they got like bleachers. Like I'm talking about not like high school bleachers. That's too mediocre for me. I'm too fit to like run up and down high school bleachers. You know what I'm saying? I need something like a football stadium so I could run up and down the bleachers in the football stadium. Yeah, yeah, I know. And see, this is what I'm talking about today, and this is a great point, for those, for my real ones in the chat, you know, for the real ones in the chat, and you see the wormbacks in the chat, as I call them. You see what I'm saying? Again, you got to be mentally fit in this world. I get a lot of attention about my hairline, but one thing for sure, and I encourage those who may be lacking self-confidence and things of that nature, or feeling a type of way about themselves, I encourage you to love yourself, shortcomings and all, you know what I'm saying? And I say so-called shortcomings because, when you arrived in this world, you know what I'm saying? You are a special, unique individual. And of course, we do things that we are able to enhance ourselves, and hopefully you take a healthy approach to, upgrading yourself, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Because, they talk about my hairline a lot, but I'm secure with me, and I know that, I'm a handsome guy. I'm not a bad looking dude. I may not be, I'm not, you know what I'm saying, the most handsome dude in the world, but one thing for sure is that I know I'm not, not gonna be able to enjoy the attraction of, of women that could care less about how my hairline look, you dig, so to say the least. But anyway, let's get to it though. You know what I'm saying? I want to, have a serious conversation about this, right? Because it's a lot going on in the world, okay? And like I was saying initially, is that, when we talking about fitness and everything, yeah, it's a way of life, it's a lifestyle. You can work out and every single day of the week or what have you. But again, that's still a small portion throughout, of your day, right? Then you got to deal with the rest of the world. But then you have so much to deal with outside of fitness, okay? Right? So when we're talking about the media, dealing with society, and even in the gym, so let me just share with y'all real quick. So tonight, I'm in the gym. I was bench pressing tonight. I was working with the weights, so I was bench pressing. So there was a young lady. She was squatting on the Smith machine across from me, and it was crowded today. So access to the free weights was sort of limited, right? And she she kept it moving. She you know started working out elsewhere, like across the room from where she was doing the squats on the Smith machine, right? So she had left that area unoccupied for like 20 minutes. She was over again. She went to another area of the gym, which was just sort of across from where she left that squat rack area and left it unoccupied. So it had the quarters that she was using, the free weights. So once she left, like I said, it was limited access to the weights because it was real crowded tonight. So I walk over there and I proceeded to get the weights. So this dude, dude, big dude too, he like, yo, bro, yo, she's still using that. I was taken aback just a little bit. I'm like, all right, here we, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, that's weird. You heard? All right. Yeah, that's weird in my mind. You know what I mean? I'm calm and collected. You heard? I'm just doing the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing the knowledge. You know, once I sense or pick up on something, I'm already, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm in tune. You know, so I already now I'm in the just doing the knowledge type of. Anyway, so I said, so I, you know, proceeded to get the weights or whatever. So I asked him. I'm like, that's your girl? He like, nah. He, you know, then he was like, yo, you know, pardon me, and you know, he was basically saying, my bad. I see them lights going up. Too much gratitude. Again, it was weird. You know, I mean, first of all, mind your business. You see what I'm saying? Because if she was still using the weight, she would have told me. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, it was no big deal. But then it was like, you know, I continued on doing what I'm doing. You know, racking my weights on the bar, getting that money. You know, trying to get back in my zone. You know, take my mind off of this weirdo causing wild attention in the gym. You know what I mean? Yo, bro, she's still using that. Damn. So anyway, get back, you know, I'm getting in my zone. Same dude, here he go over here now. Yo, Fresh, what up? What's good? Huss. You already. Yeah. So anyway, I get a few more sets in the same dude, here he go. See them lights going up, too much gratitude. So here he go. Hey yo, bro, yo, you mind if I work out with you on that bench? What I did was, because I had my shirt, even though I sprayed down the equipment, so I spray down, you know, I had my shirt over. What I did was, see, I'm a different person nowadays, you know. I said, better yet, I said, yo, you can have, I said, yo, be my guest, you can have the bench. You see what I'm saying? I just gave him the bench. Yo, go ahead, yo, just take the bench, bro. You see what I'm saying? It's just like, I don't get it, but I just know how they out there. People it's no joke, right? So I say that to say we got these type of situations where you're minding your business now. Let me tell you something else. And this is a point that I'm making because you could be in a gym environment, okay? You could be in a gym environment and still encounter negative vibes. You see what I'm saying? Because I know for me, see, my approach is to definitely, you know, see, to me, fitness is just, it should be all, to me, it's all positive. So when I say positive, that should be the very thing where, again, you should be able to work on yourself to improve, right? Not just physically, but your attitude. Because, and this is what, again, like I've always said, if I can change my body, I can change my mind. And this is the light that came on inside of me years ago, that was my form, was one of my strongest forms of receiving knowledge of self. And knowledge of self was me being able to, so hold on, I don't want to jump around. Let me stay on course, right? Before I get to that. So again, the gym is supposed to be, or should be, a place where, you know, you go there and be productive. But it's little things where people are inconsiderate and how one responds or whatever, even in the gym, things can go left. At least, in certain environment. I mean, it could go down anywhere, but like I said, you still have certain individuals that, even though it's supposed to be an environment where one is better in themselves, you got the individuals that they're not so positive, you see. And I'm gonna give you another example starting off in this video, and then we're gonna, you know, just sort of go into a little more of being mentally fit and what that consists of, and how important it is, and how powerful it is when you do have a strong mind, and how far you can get in life because you're able to, you know, more so than anything, sort of, you know, just control your own destiny, if you will, right? So, now this was like months ago. This was like the beginning of this year, right? So I'm again, in the same gym, in this gym, right? I'm just sharing with you, and this is how much I've grown and how much self-control that I'm able to harness, right? And I was in the gym, and I gotta be real transparent, right? So the gym I go to, um, it's, we got different races in there, you heard? And so I was using the leg extension, the quad machine, where you extend your legs. And so the Spanish dude walks up to me, and I ain't got nothing against Spanish people at all. I'm cool and got, great, vibes with, and, because again, it's not about race, but I got to be real, you heard? Because there is, we dealing with prejudice and people, who who have a hate because of who somebody is. You know what I mean? Right? We live in that type of world. Let's keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? It's not sweet out here at all. We living in a world. We're gonna be real transparent. So I was working on the quad machine. So the Spanish dude approached me. So he like, you using that? This is how he approached me. Yo, you using that? So I said, yeah, my man. And it's confusing because I'm like, damn, like, I'm actually sitting on the machine. You using that? I said, yeah, I'm using it, whatever the case may be. So he's standing, like, not right next to me, but like some feet away. Like it's apparent that he annoyed or he's waiting for me to finish. And I just started my workout on that particular workout station, you heard? So, one of his friends, or his acquaintance, whoever it was, somebody that he know, walks up to him. They give each other the handshake, and obviously they know each other, what have you, and some words was exchanged. I don't understand the language or what have you and stuff. So I noticed that the guy that walked up to him now, he looks at me, and his eyebrows like, you know what I mean, like a look like, oh, I kid you not. I kid you not. We in the gym now. They not, like I said, they not right next to me, but I mean, some feet away. I don't know the exact measure, but yo, the dude, he spits on the ground. He spits on the ground. In the gym, spits on the ground. And I knew that was intended for me to see that his hate or his disdain or his dislike, that's strong, to be disrespectful. Now, I'm still working, I'm cool, I'm focused. You know what I mean? I could feel the negative energy is very strong. So I'm, still focused. I was having a great night. I'm like, in my mind, like, this is really happening. Like, all right. So again, I'm sharing this. The reason why I'm sharing this now, I'm gonna be honest with you in my mind, right? Because now I come from the streets, the background. I'm in the gym. I'm thinking about everything. They got cameras in here, this, that, and the third. So I'm not gonna crash out in the gym. I'm not going to. Now, if he would have spat right next to me, something like just like to where I'm violated as like where my back, like I just can't. Let me tell you something, right? I work out, right? I do this because I like to be healthy, straight. You know what I mean? I'm not the strongest. I'm not the biggest. I'm not none of that. You see what I'm saying? I'm not none of that. Like, but I'm in my own right. You know what I'm saying? I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm good. You know what I mean? I'm good. Believe that. But anyway, but in my mind, I'm like, all right, if it was that, if it was so happen to pop off, I'm gonna remain calm and collected. If you come next to me, I'm not, listen, I'm gonna grab the 10-pound dumbbell, the 20-pound dumbbell, and I'm gonna go upside your head. You know what I'm saying? And on my channel, everybody who's in tune and y'all know me, you see what I'm saying? Yo, I come through a positive. I don't even curse on my channel. You know what I'm saying? Right? And I do that, and that's because it's unnecessary. I'm more intelligent to express myself in that way, but I'm saying this to say, right? These are the thoughts that's going through my head. So, in my mind, I'm like, all right. But again, I'm staying focused, I'm staying positive, and I finished my workout, what I was doing over there, but I'm like, wow. And to this day, I see that same dude, not the one who spit on the ground, but the dude who initially showed that, and he still, to this day, he be looking at times or whatever, and he got his weight up. I don't care about none of that. You see what I'm saying? Because I mentioned in another video too, where, you have people that don't even work out and will drag the floor with somebody who work out daily. I know people like that. I come from, you see, I deal with real life. You know what I'm saying? I come from a background. People are not intimidated. Nobody is afraid and about all that muscle and all this type of, don't get it twisted. You see what I'm saying? We living in a world and we see people getting aired out every day with that iron. So this is the point of the video, and this is what I'm making. This is why it's so important that we mentally fit, because people walk around and carry themselves in such a way, and listen, I've been there and done that. You see what I'm saying? When I was young, growing up, I was the type of person that I would get into physical altercations with people, fights. I've had fights in real life with people that I didn't even know because of my attitude. You know what I'm saying? Listen, we are all human beings, you know what I mean? And for the most part, people are going to protect themselves. You can't just do any and everything what you want with people. And that's why you see the outbursts or the tragic incidents that happen, and I'm not going to go into certain detail because I am on this platform. You know what I'm saying? And so we want to be careful. I want to be careful, you know what I'm saying? But we know what's going on in the world. Whether it's at the job, whether it's at the schools, whether it's at, an event outside and somebody just pull that thing out and start spraying all crazy. I'm not, you listen, I don't co-sign, like, it's not a, and I think those type of people, they're dealing with a certain level of weakness too, don't get me wrong. But what I'm saying is we living in a world where if you are a person that could have a mindset to where you know how to move and, to your best ability to avoid a situation, do so, right? I've seen videos where I remember this kid, he was in the classroom and the dude was walking up on him and he like, yo, bro, I don't want no problems. Yo, bro, I don't want no problems. Kept saying it. The classroom, they laugh and everything. Think he pushed him on his back, whatever. So the guy who was trying to avoid the situation, he beat the brakes off of that young man. They was teenagers. They was like in high school or something like that. I mean, this dude beat that boy down. And what he was screaming, he said, I told you I don't want no problems. He said, I will unalive you. He became enraged. So again, you got to know how to pick your battles out here. And it took me a long time to really get it. And it's not that I didn't know, but when you don't have a certain level of intellectual, when you don't have a certain level of emotional intelligence, you will crash out here, okay? Even with the social media. See, because this is the thing too, and this is where I keep things in a proper perspective, right? One thing I know, and I'm talking about from my own observation, my own crossing paths and being among society every waking day once we leave our front door. And one thing I could say for sure, with all the things that are taking place with the conflict, the tension, the hate, the violence, the whatever it is that's going on that we see on these screens, when I am in the presence of the world in itself, in reality, most people, they minding their business and they going about their day, and we all have responsibilities to take care of our family, to make money, to go to work, to run your business. Most people don't even want no problems. Now, granted, you got people that have certain beliefs, they support, whatever it is that they into, you dig? So, but that's their business. But one thing for sure, whatever it is that you into or what you believe or what you stand by, one thing for sure is that when we're in the presence of each other in real life, it's a great responsibility to be mindful of how you represent yourself and how you deal with people. You see what I'm saying? Because things go left quick. You see what I'm saying? Quick. So I just say that you have to be mentally fit out here. And see, this video is not just about being mentally. What I'm saying is I'm not just talking about being mentally fit in terms of avoiding violence and stuff like that or that. What I'm saying mentally fit with our own errors, mistakes, and figuring out life, trying to get to the next level, you know, unforeseen circumstances that just occur, you know. So it's a lot that we got going on outside of the gym and the park working out. So we had to be mentally fit. However, we all know that the physical fitness does help with the mind, right? Because it's a way in which we're able to tap back into the greater a great way to tap into us being into our best self, you know what I mean, to get stronger, to focus, to clear our minds. At least for me, that's what is the experience of working out is too. It's not just the physical. I'm focused, and if I could be focused working out, then I know I could be focused on other things that I need to be focused on. You heard? Yeah, like dudes always sizing each other up. Aggressors will always get there. There's no question. You know? Yeah, real talk. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, fresh. So, like I said, you know, because at the end of the day, whatever it is that one supports and is involved with, look, we all got to make a living. We all, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta you gotta go to work. You listen, the ordinary day-to-day responsibilities, them bill collectors, they not trying to hear, if you're not paying them bills, they not trying to hear nothing about no politics, nothing about how much you could bench press, nothing about how many thousands of push-ups, how many, they not trying to hear none of that. You know what I'm saying? So again, we got a greater responsibility outside of the gym in the park. And I just wanted to come on here and just share that. You see what I'm saying? Because it's just so important. And then not only that, being mentally fit is to be able to get through the day or to stay the course on what it is that, because we still have that responsibility to do what we are trying to accomplish, right? I was at my nephew's birthday party yesterday, and my sister-in-law, she wasn't. So anyway, my sister, the reason I'm bringing this up, so my sister-in-law is, she's in school, so she spends hours and hours and hours and hours studying. I said my nephew's birthday party because the family was over there yesterday, but she was outside in the car. And this is the reason why I'm bringing this up. And this is my inspiration. You know what I mean? Besides, coming to any social media, you know what I mean? I don't need to, I get inspired by people in real life is what I'm saying. But so the family was at my nephew's birthday party, but my sister-in-law, she was in the car studying. She wasn't even at the party because she has to focus on her schoolwork. You know what I mean? She's a mother, she's a wife, but regardless, I'm using this as an example, regardless of what's going on in the world, she's focused on getting that degree to earn more, to learn more. So, and that's why I said we got to be mentally fit. And this is what inspires me. I'm like, wow, that type of focus, that laser focus, you know what I'm saying? And it's so important. It's so important. Right now as we speak, I'm choosing to be on this live. This time right here that I'm spending on this live could be put forth into some form of literature, right? Right now on this live, I could easily be doing something else. But I like to come through. I enjoy doing this, right? Again, we in a beautiful time too. So this is not a video to where, oh my, the world is so crazy. It is, but then at the same time, there's so much life being lived. I had made a post. I made a post on a short, and I was talking about basically the point I was trying to get across was haters, so-called haters or what have you. And see, the thing about it is, when we talking about hate, right? Hate come in many different forms. Now, particularly, people refer to a hater as somebody who has less than the next person, or you don't have certain material items, or you don't live a certain lifestyle as the next person, right? But then, see, that definition of hate is the one that's always like thrown around in, like I said, reference to that regard of how people feel about the next person. But see, it's deeper than that. When we talking about that type of negativity, right, where we're talking about hate, somebody could dislike you because you're sure of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Somebody can dislike you because you don't pay them any mind, right? Got to maintain that awareness, a fact. And check. Consistent and discipline is the key to life, especially in losing weight and breaking bad habits, and always remembering your health is your true wealth. Determination, yeah, it is. It is. I agree with you on that. You know what I'm saying? You know, but again, you know, you got to fight for that too. So what I said, when I mean you gotta, you know, you gotta fight for that, because while we doing these things that we trying to better ourselves, we still navigating through the very things that are trying to impede, especially when you're trying to improve yourself, right? So when we talking about that, right? All right, I'm glad you said that. So let me give you a point on this too, right? Like this, right? Say you a person that you're not really known for going to the gym, or you make mention to people that know you, that you know you want to start making certain changes in your life in terms of becoming healthier, more fit and stuff like that. I mean, even the people that you know that's very dead, family, whatever, people will make comments. People will, yeah, you know, say certain things that, you know, that will maybe have you question yourself, or to try to discourage you, or, you know, oh, you trying to work out now, or you know what I mean, what you trying to get fit for, you know, you know, and see, and these things, and with that being, so these things can have an impact on a person. You know what I'm saying? Not that it's gonna stop you from doing what it is that, you know, you seek for yourself, but that also is, it could be a form of so-called hate, if you will, right? Uh, you know, because people say it to me to this day, you know what I mean? I know you eat healthy, so you don't want. You know what I'm saying? Let me get some cake. Once in a while, I had cake at the party yesterday. I'm gonna eat me some cake. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, work out and all that, but I'm not gonna not enjoy life. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, so again, we gotta be mentally fit. And I started off the video with these sort of, you know, bigger issues of, you know, needing to be mentally fit, but we have micro, uh, you know, sort of micro distractions, if you will. And I say micro because when you're dealing with somebody you know, or ordinary, you know what I'm saying? That you could deal with that, but a lot of people can't. You know, not everybody's mentally fit. It's like this too. You have, let's say, the results start to show and everything. You will have people that, so you start to really improve on, you know, getting your body right, changing your lifestyle, you know. But see, even when you start doing that and our minds become clearer, we'll also start seeing people in a different light. You know what I mean? We'll start to see people's true colors to a certain degree. And, you know, and how that works is because people will express some way, somehow, the envy. You know what I mean? Again, oh, you think you, you think you too good to do this, that, and the third. Now, no, I'm just simply changing. I just, you know what I mean? Nah, I don't do that. I don't smoke no more. I don't drink. Nah, I choose not to eat that no more. Oh, you don't eat meat now? Oh, you don't do. I'm telling you, and that could really sort of get the best of certain people, or people can be or people could be afraid to share, certain things in the regard of, bettering themselves and their own family. It's like, but you ain't been doing that. Since when you start reading? Since when you wanted to, whatever it is that is going to take you in a different direction. I'm just saying, So it's important. I wanted to say that, So again, we got to be mentally fit out here. You heard? I'm gonna go back to that gym incident. So the old me, I would have dealt with that much different. I swear. You know what I mean? I would have waited outside and that gym was good. I wouldn't have said nothing, and I'm just going back to that. The dude spat on the floor, So again, I went on with my workout, but when I left and I did what I had to do when I left the gym, and yeah, it bothered me. You see what I'm saying? I'm human. Like, all right, oh word, that's how you giving it up. I just wanted to go back to that topic again. I just wanted to sum that up before I move forward with what I'm gonna say. I ain't gonna be on here too long tonight, but I just wanted to share a few things. In this world, we gotta be mentally fit. See, the thing is this though too, right? Even with my arm, I had to be mentally fit. That's why in the description of my channel, of what my channel is based around, I tell you my arm. Because I do pull-ups to this day because I'm mentally fit. See, the thing is this too, right? You could be working out, and this is the thing. See, in life, that's why, and I'm keeping on the eye, but one has to remain grounded because life could change like that. God forbid if somebody get in an accident, you get hurt real bad, and that great physique you build up all these years or all these months, and you damn near get mangled in a car accident or some type of freak act, whatever the case may be, and now you got to start back from the bottom. Are you mentally fit to get back in that gym? Are you mentally fit to overcome those temporary limitations? You see what I'm saying? I mean, you can go on social media and see all sorts of incidents that take place. Beautiful women and their jealous friend or that person that secretly had that hate, and and get acid thrown in her face. We gotta be mentally fit. You got your life together, whatever, and you lose your job. You come into work and you know what? We need to. We don't need you to start your shift today. Can you come to the office and so we can have a word with you? You just had a great workout yesterday in the gym. Now you worried about unemployment, and I'm just saying. So we got to be mentally fit, and that's why my slogan working out goes beyond the gym in the park. It helps with making us a stronger individual. Working out is a reminder. If I can build myself up, if I can make myself stronger physically, I can be or I could be more stronger mentally again. And that's the most important, is the mental fitness. Because again, the point is there are so many things that can interfere with this getting your body right. You're ready, you're fresh. Yeah, click the likes, you know what I'm saying? For sure. This segment should be called Real Talk with 7 Fitness, no doubt. You know what I mean? I'm gonna put that in the next title, fresh. Word. I'm gonna keep that in mind, you heard? I'm gonna keep that in mind. you know, and you don't know what people are dealing with in real life, you know. And one thing I could say for sure, and I want to say this too, um, and how much I've grown as an individual and where I'm able to, you know, just keep things in a proper perspective. Like even tonight with the, you know, certain thoughts be going through my head, and I'm like, hold on, let me not even entertain my own thoughts, and I stay focused because again, just as much as what's going on in the world, I know for me, I know how important it is not for me to lose sight of so many great people that are very much present in this world who are not of that, you know, of destroying other people. And I'm not just saying physically, but just people's hope, confidence, and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it like this. And then I mean, let's be real. You come on. You see what's you got children every day. You have let me tell you something. I'm gonna take it. Listen, there you have adults that are jealous of children. What you mean by that? We we could see when somebody has something special about them, a gift, a talent, right? You have adults, and that's where a lot of people get the worst start in life is from childhood. That's not spoken a lot either, where dreams are shattered, hope is robbed. We dealing with a real world out here, y'all. So that's why I said we gotta be mentally fit. I gotta be careful what I say and do around my son. Like I said, I was, you know, at times I have, you know, I make, you know, nothing extreme, but I gotta catch myself at times. You know what I mean? Because I'm definitely not gonna certain things you just can't undo. So I would never, you know what I'm saying? But again, we have to exercise the examples of who we are, especially in the presence of children. But I'm just saying. So again, we gotta be mentally fit. So when we talking about that's why I say hate come in many forms. That's why I said people, you got people that are jealous of children, jealous of, you know, you got mothers that are jealous of their daughters. You got fathers that are jealous of their sons. You better believe it. You know what I'm saying? So hate ain't just because, you know, this person, you know, you got the new house, you got a Mercedes Benz, you got, you know what I'm saying? Hate just come because a person know that with with the proper resources and support, you know, given to that person that already has that gift, talent, and special, you know, gift about themselves or whatever, people see that early. And that's why I had to take it there with people, you know what I mean? People say stuff to you know what I mean? Shut up, be quiet. You don't know what you're talking about. You think you know everything. Come on. You know what I'm saying? For real. It's real out here, y'all. That's why we gotta be mentally fit. And that's why I respect people who have, and that's why I said, you know, for me personally, you know, a lot of my darkest moments in life is what turned the light on me. It's what turned the light on me. You know what I'm saying? And so and I do I think that we need to go through test challenges. No, I'm not saying that you know, because what we go through make us who we are. Hopefully for the better. Hopefully for the better. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be mentally fit out here. That's why when I was talking about the I'm tripping about no trolls and all that, you know what I mean? I thank God, you know what I'm saying? I'm blessed to have hair on my head. About no, you know what I'm saying? No hairline and all that. Yeah, I like to look good and all, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? Of course. I ain't tripping off of that. When you got people that, you know what I'm saying, don't have all their faculties, missing body parts. You know what I mean? So when we wake up in the morning, you able to start your day before you get caught up in the worldly politics or what have you. You be grateful. Be grateful that you can go start up your car, go to 7-Eleven, Dunkin' Donuts, whatever it is that you do, and start your day. We dealing with people with real life. You got whatever local hospitals and stuff. You got people with all kind of tubes and can't even care for themselves. So all that, you know, people get trolled in real life by their spouse. Being ignored. Favoritism. It's real out here. People secretly know that within themselves. My mom's, not my mother, but I'm just saying, you know, people know, they think to themselves, you know, they know for a fact that the favoritism, you know, between siblings. You think those people are really, you know, people dealing with real life issues before they even get caught up with the worldly events that are destructive. So that's why it's so important for me to speak on being mentally fit, because we living in a society, in a world where, you know, we could, you know, one could fall apart very easy. I don't care how fit, how strong you may feel physically. This is, I seen a video on YouTube. It's a while back, right? Let me share it with you real quick. And this is the point. I'm just going down. It's not really me about it's not really about my opinion, but again, ways in which we can keep things in a proper perspective. You feel what I'm saying? So it was a guy, he had like some type of brittle bone disease or whatever. So he was, you know, prone to a wheelchair like his whole life, right? And he had a certain level of medical grants or what have you, like his insurance, you know, he had insurance, and you know, so a lot of his because I mean, to have such a condition, you know what I mean, the medical needs that on a daily, you feel what I'm saying, is very expensive. So you know, he had his insurance and everything, you know, he was he was good in that way. But what happened was, this is what I'm saying, one day he got into a car accident. Now he already had like this brittle bone disease, so now he really was in bad shape because he's already at a disadvantage physically, not mentally, physically. So after that happened, once he got into once that accident happened, his medical bills shot through the roof. See, and this is the world we live in. When it comes to those bills, like I was saying earlier, they want that money. The hospital, they want their money. So his bills shoot through the roof, just unmanageable. You know what I'm saying? To fast forward the story, this man took it upon himself. I think it was Spotify or something like, I forget. I don't want to quote the wrong company or whatever that he invested in, and he took part in, and took his own initiative, he saved himself. So basically, he went online, started his own business, became a millionaire, and paid off all his medical bills, and was back into a strong position, even with, again, that brittle bone or whatever, and all the, see, now, think about how much mental fortitude he needed to even deal with the pain and everything that he was already dealing with prior to the accident, and what became worse due to the accident, but he still had the mental strength to change his circumstances. You see what I'm saying? So I'm using that as an example. We got to be mentally fit out here first and foremost. The other day, I was weighed down with some thoughts and, dealing with real life. You feel what I'm saying? I get on this, everything ain't all good with me. But again, I enjoy showing up, interacting with the people, and this helps me. This is a mirror for me, because I love fitness, and if I could do my due diligence and contribute to the universe and with you all with positivity, that's what I'm gonna do. So when I get caught up in my mind and I'm in a certain mindset, and I know that it's only gonna make things worse if I don't get myself together, I seek solution, and fitness is one of them. It's therapy. There's nothing wrong with therapy either. No doubt. Appreciate you, Fresh, as always, for sure, for sure. See them lights going up too, much gratitude, So, what I mean? It's real out here, y'all, but I wanted to say that because, that's another thing too, right? And let me say this, because what I'm saying right now, it ain't nothing special. I'm not the only one who has an outlook of seeing reality for what it is. But I'm going to bring that to the universe by way of social media, and to share with others what we all have more similar ways in which we could cope than not. People could act like you superior and you doing better and this, that, and the third, and we all really dealing with the same things. We all impacted and affected some way, somehow. And we seen that with when we was in quarantine. And y'all know what I'm talking about. When that issue was going around and people was getting that jabby jab and all of that. Everybody was affected. And now that we back, and moving about society, come on, we don't dwell on the past as people say and all that, but we don't forget either, like, things can change like that from what we used to. Them gyms was closed. A lot of gyms closed their doors and never opened. From financial failure. Because nobody occupied that space. And why? Because that place or that space that was rented for that gym they want the money. That owner of that building They're not trying to hear about the quarantine. So what did a lot of people do when that happened? A lot of people who were weightlifters and all that, you better go do them push-ups. You better go on Amazon and order that pull-up bar and go in your backyard. You better order those portable dip bars. You better go get, because we all know on the internet, people was buying weights and stuff like crazy. That's a fact. Everybody got their own battles, my brother. And that's the point that I'm making. So again, this video is about uplifting. That's why my point that I'm making is that we got to be mentally fit, keep things in a proper perspective. Life is amazing. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? This is not a rant video, no nothing, but it's just something that we all could, we all are in the company of, occupying this earthly place in which we dwell. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I always emphasize, I love the times that we in and all that. Especially coming from somebody who every day risking my life. And knew I was. See, but again, I'm not going to come on here with the war stories and all that. You see what I'm saying? I'm not with all that. And I ain't with all, you know what I mean? Yeah. I always tell y'all that. But again, we got to be mentally fit, because, sometimes, but then we have the people out here that can't really, discern or, be able to sort through what's real, what's not, what's authentic, what's fake, and things of that nature. A sucker is born every day. The most powerful people in the world, you started from crawling and you was a baby like anybody else. Rich, poor, whatever the case may be, you still got to defecate and clean yourself like anybody else. So I'm saying, keep things in the proper perspective. You dig? That's all. And that also, like I said, I'm sharing things that were once triggers for me or what have you and stuff like that. And so I'm really sharing about, it's a great space to be in when you grow and arrive at a point in your life where it's like certain things that had the greatest impacts on you, now you unfazed. See them lights going up, much gratitude. And that's why I come on the live now, and this is before the new year even start, this is going to be my new approach. Just as much as I do the workout videos and whatnot, we're going to have these sit downs. If you want to hear it, cool. If you don't, take it on the hop. Because with this internet, is something for everybody. Good, bad, or indifferent. Believe that. But like I say, and I emphasize one thing for sure, at least for me, I'm an individual. Before anything, before my race, before anything. You see what I'm saying? I'm an individual. I was born in this avatar. I didn't ask to be who I am in terms of obviously who you seeing in this camera right now. But what I'm saying is one needs to definitely, utilize the cards they was dealt. So what I'm saying is this, because with all the excuses that one can give themselves, again, when I give these examples of people who really dealing with some real struggles and don't know if they're going to live to see another day because of disease, because of an accident. But so many of us are still able to wake up, like I said, and start your day and have all the freedom in the world to do the things you like, to focus and to give the attention to what is going to make your life better for you, your family, others, and the people around you, what have you. That's all I'm saying, you heard? So it's very important. That's why I wanted to say that. See, again, when I come through on this, right, it's not scripted. And that's why a lot of times that, I'm elaborating or expounding on certain things, I may go off topic. I may jump from one subject to the next and all that. I know that because I'm not perfect. You see what I'm saying? But one thing for sure is that, listen, I got the audacity to come forth and just speak on it. Again, that mental fitness. Good looking, fresh. Crazy. I'll be telling cats at the job, they talk crazy because they know you're not trying to lose your job, but after work, they be, yeah, you know how we go. You know what I'm saying? But but this is the thing though, when it comes, right, and I'm glad you made that point about at the job, people gonna talk and do things that they wouldn't do outside of the job. But see, this is the thing too. One has to know how to navigate the job. See, one thing when it comes to the job, me personally, now I got people that I talk to at the job. Don't get me wrong. I'm not an antisocial person. Let me tell you something. I enjoy conversation. I'm a very social person, but then I could be very introverted too. You know what I'm saying? When I'm on it, when I don't want to speak, whatever, listen, you ain't gonna hear a word from me. But this is the thing though. I'm very particular who I engage with. That's one thing for sure. And when it comes to that job, so you got the work politics, and that's another thing. You know what I mean? Because look, you have people that bond at work just on a complaining level. Right? You have certain circles at the job. People, you got different groups or what have you, or people who have certain connections, just like life in itself, but the job in particular. Listen, I'm coming here to come get my money and I'm out the door. But this is the thing though too, right? Even with work, let's just say you get that promotion. Let's say they give you that managerial position. So the same people that you was at work with having a conversation at lunch and talking about your personal business or certain topics that, you know what I'm saying, you wouldn't have with your manager, supervisor, or in a position of authority. Now, let's just say, I'm just giving an example, given the title of a boss or whatever the case may be, are you ready for that? Do you have what it takes? See, because, and that's the thing, I'm glad you brought that up about work too. That's not a personal environment. We not friends. We cool, we acquaintances and all that. And I'm not saying that you don't have great relationships with co-workers, colleagues. I'm not saying that, right? Because you have people, for whatever reason, you may need a helping hand. Yes, granted, but the workplace is one of those places where it can be very, very toxic. So we got to know how to navigate through that. Again, mentally fit so that your workday could be productive. Your workday could be successful, meaning you got your job done. You don't have to answer to anyone because you didn't complete a task or did what you were supposed to do or what have you. You know what I'm saying? Again, we come there, get our money, we out the door and all that. But I'm going to tell you this too, though, even when it comes to that, see, one thing about dealing with people, especially in the work environment, people know who and how far they can go with certain individuals. And that's just in life in general. I remember one time, right? I'm going to tell you something, right? So, And this is when I came home. I came home from up north, and I still had I had a lot of tension built up in me, right? Because I was active, man, to say the least. So anyway, I used to work at the supermarket. I used to work at Stop and Shop. So prior to me working at that job, before I went up north, I was working at Stop and Shop. I came home and I went back and got my old job back, right? So anyway, it was a dude. He wasn't. So anyway, let me just get straight to the point. So it was this dude I was cool with, great conversation, good energy. So one day, he was training somebody. He was a Coca-Cola vendor. So, anybody who worked in the supermarket, you got the vendors, or you see like the Coca-Cola people, those, they got the vendors that come in and they pack the shelves for whatever company. So he was a Coca-Cola vendor, cool dude. He probably was a little younger than me, or whatever the case may be. Never had an issue with him. So he had one of his co-workers, when he was doing a training that day, he had somebody with him that day. So we in the back, I'm loading the U-boat, to go out there and stock the shelves or whatever, and I'm by the compactor. So I don't know why he did it. Yo, he threw like an object. He threw something at me. You heard? I'm like, what the fuck? So I checked him out, yo, bro. You know what I mean? Now, back then I still was in that mind. I said, yo, bro, I said, I will lose my job right now. I said, I'll break your jaw. I said, do not. I was enraged. Again, I'm coming from an environment where the least form of disrespect will get you. You won't make it home. They're going to put that steel in you. So again, I'm saying that I'm just speaking on the work environment, but now, of course, I am far beyond who I was then and who I am now. And I'm not saying that, and I can easily experience these familiar vibes of such ways, you know what I mean? But of course, I'm better than that now. But anyway, I'm saying that to say we can get caught up even in the work environment, so I'm glad that person brought that up. Seb always got the traps and arms for real. For sure. Nah, you good, Fresh. You ain't even got to say pause. I don't even say pause, Fresh. I'm going to keep it, I don't say pause. I don't say no Diddy. I don't say none of that. I don't say none of that. You know what I mean? It's all right, Fresh, though, but I don't say none of that. Because I know that I'm not speaking in reference to nothing. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? I got you, Fresh. You heard? You ain't got to say pause, though, Fresh, but, much appreciation. Yeah, but yeah, again, we got to be mentally fit. Let me tell y'all something. I'm going to tell y'all a story real quick, man, because I don't shit. Let me tell you something. So speaking of this, right, anyway, like I said, I came home from up north. I was on a public bus, right, going to work, and this guy comes on the bus. I was sitting in the back, and when I used to take the public bus, I would always try to sit toward the back or in the seat. I just tried to avoid people, man, because I know me. I know I easily get triggered, and it's a weak, I don't want to, not weak in the sense of like a weak person, but it's just a weak characteristic to just to react in such an extreme manner to where it would even go to the extent of, having to, get into a physical altercation. But anyway, I'm on the bus, right? I'm chilling, minding my business, and what I used to do when I used to take the public bus, I would sit at the seat, at the edge of the seat by the aisle, because that was just my way of trying to avoid somebody from sitting next to me. So I would sit in the seat closer to the walkway on the bus or whatever. So the dude, he come on the bus and he walk and he steps on my boot. He said, he ain't say no, excuse me, nothing. And we had to be around the same age, and I swear, I kid you not. Now again, this is not no tough guy kind of story. This is not the point I'm making. I'm just sharing how things could ruin your life by losing self-control, right? Because if you're not mentally fit, it can just, you know what? Let that go, keep it moving, whatever. So what I did was I was enraged. I was like, yo, I can't, you know what I mean? I couldn't let it go. I get up and I walk up to this individual and I take my finger and I press it in his nose. And I told him I had a few words with him. I said, yo, it didn't stop there. I still couldn't let it go. I was so bothered by it, you know what I mean? I felt like, and the reason why I couldn't let it go is because I felt like he didn't take me serious, right? Because when you in that state of mind, you could, again, those thoughts, you know what I mean? Oh, he ain't, again, those thoughts will egg you on. Oh, yo, he don't think that you serious or whatever. I'm just saying, so I'm talking, you know, to myself in this way. So I got to the point, I said, you know what, fuck. I said, F it. I said, I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do something to him. He gets off the bus, and this was like a little less than a mile from the stop from where my job was at. He gets off the bus, and I get off the bus. I'm like, yo, my man, you know what? I get off the bus, he takes off. I kid you not. It could have went different. He could have been with it. I could have got hurt. Let me just say that. Again, this ain't no tough guy talk. Because just as much as I'm ready to get it, you know what I mean? You don't know what people are carrying and what direction a situation can go in, right? But anyway, he takes off, you know what I mean? Because now he sees that, you know, I'm taking it further than just, and he could have did something then. I don't, you know, I mean, it is what it is. Like I said, I pressed his nose and I could have left it alone there, but I just still felt for whatever reason that he wasn't taking me serious, right? I chased this guy. I chases him. He took off. He was quick too. I couldn't even catch him. Now, then I felt stupid kind of, right? I'm like, here it is. I done got off the bus, chased this dude. He gone now. I could have been to work already. Now I'm walking to work. I go to work late. The F am I doing? But you know what? From those experiences, I just didn't, I don't want to have that lack of self-control. It's corny, it's weak. But again, it goes back, again, I'm just sharing with y'all, you heard? You know, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? So, again, we gotta be mentally fit out here, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's about being mentally fit, and then everything with the physical will follow. You know, but I just wanted to say that tonight. You know what I mean? We dealing with real life out here. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Nah, I told you I love my hair. I ain't. Why would I be? Come on. Mhm. Yo, when y'all talk about my hairline, do you really think that I care? I'm in public every day with this hairline. Every single day. You know, and the thing about that is, y'all, when you see these type of comments being said on this thing, with so many people in this world, or so many people that I see every day that we could pick apart and say the most hurtful, hateful things. I'm better than that. I'm not perfect. So, and for those who have comments about my hairline, I hope, I hope that you are very, very, I hope that you are more close to perfect than anything. Are you perfect? Because we all have somebody in our family that we know. So the very people that come on here and troll and say disrespectful comments, mm, see, the thing is, this is how people think in their heads, in their minds, and they just smile at you in real life. And that's what, again, got to be mentally fit out here. You know, got to be mentally fit. A lot of judgment. A lot of judgment. I see them likes going up. Much gratitude. Believe me, the hairline is the least of my concern. You dig? For sure. But I think I got a nice set of hair, Come on. What y'all think? Stop it, Five. Stop it, you heard? Yeah. But I wanted to come forth real quick and just speak on that mental fitness. You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe I didn't give the best examples. Maybe you don't understand where I'm coming from. But this is real life we all dealing with. This is all real life we dealing with. Sev still be getting them looks at the mall from the shorties. You already know, Fresh. You already know, Fresh. And see the thing about this, Fresh, I don't even have to say that because it's obvious. And what that mean, right? See, and that's another thing too, though, Fresh. Listen, life is great. It's beautiful. And we like to be attractive and stuff like that. But let me tell you something. Look at what's going on with beautiful, attractive people and these incidents with the most craziest outcomes of relationships with attractive people. Look at the celebrities. I mean, let's be honest, and I'm gonna take it how many times has Halle Berry been divorced? And I love Halle Berry. I'm not taking nothing away from Halle. This is not I'm just saying, when we keep things in the proper perspective, look how many people who have these what seemingly looking perfect lifestyles, and it's like the most beautiful women or handsome men, and their relationships fail. Gotta be mentally fit out here. All the money, all the luxury. Come on. Look at the people, I'm just saying, who seem to have the greatest life that so many people dream about, and they unalive themselves. Why am I saying this? Because when we're able to keep things in a proper perspective, we could take some of the pressure off ourselves. I'm somebody who dealt with a great amount of insecurity to a certain degree. Again, I've always mentioned on this channel, I've shared, I've been my own worst enemy. And at times to this day, I gotta eradicate such a mindset. Hey, OG Fitness, can you elaborate again on how to better navigate when it comes to work politics? I need advice within that department, working amongst petty co-workers. See, this is the thing when it comes to that, though, right? I'm glad that you say that. I'm gonna reread your statement. He said, hey, OG Fitness, can you elaborate again on how to better navigate when it comes to work politics? I need advice within that department, working amongst petty co-workers. No doubt. Fresh says, Simon, great question. It definitely was a great question. For real, for real. Sometimes we can get caught up and not realize it, right? We come to work, we have a conversation, but low key, people have, we get too familiar sometimes. We don't realize it. See, because my thing is this though, right? Whether it's work or in general, we when we're in a good mood, when you see again, even so, when we get familiar, people, or certain doors start to open, or we don't realize that we open certain doors, and then it becomes hard to close them, right? Again, people in the work environment, they pick and choose, and they're going to connect with those that they could relate to, right? But see, a lot of those relationships that are based around what they dislike, like I said, complaining. See, when we listen to how a person, expresses certain things pertaining to the job or what have you. I'm just using this as an example, not liking this person, or, taking longer on the break, whatever. We just gotta sort of like separate ourselves. And if you're an individual to where you already got a little ahead of yourself, and now it's like, certain doors are already open, you gotta gradually pull back. See, one thing for me, right, if I'm at work, one of the good things to give yourself a break and to, separate yourself from the nonsense on your lunch break, just go do that by yourself. See, because we get into certain habits. Every day we with this person, we talking about this, then we go to lunch together, right? And then we think that we that cool, and then gradually we start sharing personal things about ourselves, right? Or you could one day you lend somebody some money, and now they ain't pay you back on payday. They give you a bunch of excuses, and then that now 1 week turned into 3 and 4 in a month. Now you build an animosity. Now you're not talking, and so that work politics, it really, it becomes a big issue, because this is a place in which you are providing for yourself. So it's very uncomfortable. It could be this. It could take a toll when you're in an environment where you're making a living, but yet you're dealing with a certain amount of tension, because we may have allowed ourselves to get in too deep, if you will, with involving ourselves with individuals that don't really have the same focus, and are there for the wrong reason, right? We all there for the common cause of earning, but not everybody's there. Some people, and then we talking about different levels of uh, people at the workplace in regard to like some people may live with their parents. They don't care about losing a job because they're gonna go home and don't have to worry about paying rent. So it's so many different factors to why we have to move a certain way and really keep it less personable and keep it just a little more just general and focus on our work. You know what I mean? And sometimes saying less, and again, on your lunch break, yo, go do that by yourself. Again, we get into certain habits and we start, and so what happens is too is when we start getting involved with certain people, and once people start seeing you take a different direction in how you moving, now that's where the animosity or the negative tension starts to occur, because now a person, you want some you want some BS now, you know what I mean, and all that. So again, it's I just think focusing more so on the work. See, because the thing about it is like this, right? People could be petty at work, but if you're not in the actual circumference or circle, or you're not actually a part of that. Let's just say you occupying the same break room. I don't care what the next person is talking. You can complain, you can say whatever you want. It's certain people at my job I don't even talk to, because I already seen from afar what kind of individual they are. I'm keeping it a beam. I'm not saying nothing to them. No good morning, no nothing. I don't got no attitude, no nothing. I'm not there to be your friend or whatever the case may be. But you know what? There's no issue, because me and that individual or whoever I don't have any kind of correspondence with besides work related. I'm not saying that because we go to work and we be cordial and stuff like that, right? We still have to be professional. But what I'm saying is, but other than that, ain't nothing else to be talked about. Because I don't want somebody to put me in a position. I had an issue at work. I'm telling you, I, in real word, yo, I had a dude try to get me fired and all that. I said something to him to where he would, you know what I mean? But he lied too, right? But again, but these are moments where it was like, hold on, let me just really, before it even gets to that point, just keep it on work time and keeping it moving. Work at a nonprofit, and some employees get free ride and others, myself included, get jammed with work. But that's my shortcoming for working in a woke industry, but the convo is for another day. No doubt, no doubt, Fresh. Whenever I encounter self-doubt, I engage in gratitude and a positive mindset. That's what's up. Yo, Fresh, you have to. You know what I'm saying? Because we are responsible of how we deal with what's what's going on in the inside, or how we do what is necessary to keep ourselves in the space of peace, if you will. Because being in the space of peace, so we have to be, and that's where strength is. We have to be in the space of peace amongst the chaos, amongst the distraction, amongst that in which is the opposite of peace. So again, mentally fit. And so while we at work, right? One of the things that helped me stay focused and stuff like that, right? One thing for sure is that I take things less personal too. Let me add this. There's so much that could be said with this. And all of what I'm saying pertains to mental fitness, okay? We have what it takes in order to get through the day. You see what I'm saying? But for sure. So it's our responsibility to keep ourselves in check. But what I'm saying is this though, right? We can give ourselves, so when we, let's say we having a challenging day at work, right? We can look forward to the gym. This is one of the things that helps me, whether I'm at work or not. I'm looking forward to the very things that is gonna help me get back to where I truly want to be in terms of a good mood and to enjoy. You know what I'm saying? And it's not easy sometimes, but yet it is um, we're so able to do so. You know what I'm saying? For sure. But yeah, that work environment thing, man, you know, people be that it's just and nobody, you know, listen, it's a very yeah, it could be challenging. It could be challenging. You heard? You know what I mean? But again, that mental fitness. That mental fitness. You know, take that lunch break, go do your own thing. That half hour, that break or whatever. You know, if somebody's a person that smokes cigarettes, don't go to where everybody go and smoke the cigarette. Go do your own thing. Go smoke somewhere else. I'm just saying. I'm not condoning smoking and that. You know, hopefully you don't smoke. But I'm just saying. There are microaggressions aimed to throw you off. Yes, because people know that, you know, most likely nobody's going to respond in a way where they're going to compromise their job. You know what I mean? But so we have to keep the perspective that, you know, we're dealing with such individuals who are cowards. I mean, you could just look at a person and know, like, I mean, this is the only time that you're trying to exercise some of your. So what I'm saying, I want to go back to this though. Where I've grown and understand is to take things less personal, right? Because we have to see it like this, right? Whether it's you or somebody else, whoever is going to occupy that space at that time is going to feel the wrath of such an individual. The same thing like at the gym today. When I had, you know what I mean? It wasn't nothing crazy, but it was like, yo, dude, like, yo, bro, she's still using that. I asked him, fuck. But again, taking things less personal at the job, especially from managers and people in authority positions, I'm just saying. But one thing for sure, when we going to work and we doing the right thing, we going there on time, I'm just saying, right? That will alleviate a lot of unnecessary issues that are gonna have a negative impact on our day. You know, and the same thing goes for business owners. If somebody has their own business, you know, and once those doors open, you don't know who's gonna walk inside that business. You got a public storefront and all that. You know what I mean? Every single day, everybody is dealing with some form of pressure. And that's where we keep things in a proper perspective. We look at people, oh, the boss, and oh, this, you know, like as if they don't have anything that they're dealing with. Believe me, they do. Even entrepreneurs. You know, people want to be entrepreneurs and be their own boss and all that. But one has to ask himself, do you really have what it takes? Can you say no? Do you have the guts to fire somebody? Can you have a conversation with an employee and hand them that write-up slip or whatever, you know what I mean, that title, that position entails for you to get things right, to get order. None of us are exempt from the challenges and pressures of life. You know what I mean? I can go on and on and on and on, but again, this all pertains to being mentally fit, keeping things in a proper perspective. A lot of times we got to go back to the drawing board. A lot of times we got to self-assess. You know, people say things like when you said just now, fresh about the microaggression, and it happens, we get thrown off and we go back and we scratch in our head like, damn, did he say that, or did she say, or what he meant, or what she meant by that? I get it, because we all dealing with it. And so on this channel, and that's why I said this is a new approach with the channel. Before the new year coming, we're going to have these type of dialogues, because just as much as we work on this physical, most important that we working on this mental. Because without this mental, all this right here and means nothing. It's over. The moment somebody doesn't go to the gym for a year, I took 2 weeks off from working out. Yes, I'm in shape. I still feel great. Absolutely. But still, I still felt a slight decrease of how it feels when I'm really, really in my fitness bag, if you will. But we got to be mentally fit out here, y'all. And that's all I'm saying. And before we get caught up in the worldly issues, like we talking about the job right now, work in itself, you know what I'm saying? People are just trying to get through their ordinary day. And that's what I was saying within this video too. So we got to be mentally fit. That's the fire factor tonight, Sab. No doubt, Fresh. It's real, man. It's real. It's real, you know? And that's why it's so healthy for us to have these conversations and stuff like that. And that's why it's a blessing for anybody who has somebody that they can confide in and just, you know, be able to just release some of the, you know, things that may be taking a toll for the moment. Because, you know, these experiences, it's temporary, you know? So, you know, that's the thing. We keep the focus on the next best opportunity, the next best. And that's the thing, too. When we're at a job that sometimes it may be time for us to move on. Start preparing yourself, doing the research, and get a better stuff. So you can, listen, in this life, we get one life. And as long as we're alive, we can always change our circumstances. There's a such thing of outgrowing that job. See, even where I work at right now and all that, that's not my life. It's more to me than that. See, because I'm about to close out on this live, so you know, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to get into that. But what I'm saying is this, though. I know how much I could offer myself, and I do it. So for a perfect example, how I earn my income is not just relying on the job. I invest in myself. That's why I was sharing on the other live the other night when I was talking about I make the handmade jewelry and things of that nature. I know what it's like to invest in yourself. And the word investment, it doesn't have to be this grand type of action. Or, you know, investing is just taking a few dollars, making a purchase and doubling up your money for a profit. I'm just saying. So when it comes to work in itself, pardon me, so when it comes to work in itself, I have the ability, I know what it's like. I have an autonomous spirit. So that's all I'm saying. Again, we have what it takes to change our circumstances too. We got to be mentally fit. We got to be mentally fit to make certain decisions that are risky. I wouldn't be on here speaking this if I didn't take certain risks. I didn't share this a lot. I was, the job I'm at now, I got rehired. But prior to that, I was doing my own thing. But what I was doing was, at one point, for a short period of time, I was an apprentice. I was installing seamless gutters. The gutters on people's roofs that channel the water from the roof to the ground. They fired me. They fired me because not my own doing, because I was new, and they hired a guy who had 15 years, however many years he had, over a decade experience of doing that type of work, and they fired me. I got the job by way of a dude from my hood. But one thing for sure is that I walked away with my head up high, because when I was working that job, I shied away from nothing. The first day on that job, I got up on that roof. I learned so much on that job. So I took away something that benefits me that I can utilize to this day. One thing, I was on the roof like Spider-Man in a matter of 2 weeks. The way I was operating on that roof and doing what I was doing as a beginner, as an apprentice, you'd have thought that I've been doing that for years. It didn't work out. I moved on. But I'm going to tell you something. I know how to use the gorilla ladder. I know with the downspouts, the measurements, put your pitch, all of that. Put the gutter guards up, measurements, using tools. I can install a gutter right now. It may not be as quick and as efficient as these experts that's been doing it for 10 plus years. Of course not. But I was out there, 80-degree weather, 25-degree weather. We was putting up roof straps. It was so cold that the shingles was stiff. Me and my homeboy, we out there, and we got the heating gun to loosen up the shingles. It didn't work out. But you know what? I was able to walk away with my head up high, dignity intact, and as a man, because I shied away from nothing. I showed up every day. I was adamant and I was strong. Just proud of myself, you dig? This ain't no game. I'm mentally fit. To what? To provide for my family, you heard? Life beautiful, y'all. We could change our circumstances. When one thing don't work out, you move on to the next. Ain't nothing stopping us. And why? New to the channel, fam. Much respect from Yonkers, New York. Yo, shout out to Yonkers. Yonkers in the building, y'all. Consistency is all that matters. That's a fact. See, but the thing about consistency too, though, you know what I mean? Consistency could go in two ways. One could be consistent with negative, and one could be consistent with positive. And I always say that. People are consistently negative. People are consistently trolling people. People are consistently gossiping. But what is the consistency that you're exercising? Come on. And yo, I gotta get up. Speaking about work and all that, I gotta get up. But I wanted to, just have some words around this topic, mental fitness, keeping things in a proper perspective. What I'm saying on this live right now, I'm sharing with y'all because we can relate in real life. So even when and this is another thing before I come to a closeout, where at least for me, when I'm talking about staying grounded, as we elevate in life, we don't forget that those that supported us and, help with reaching new levels and things of that nature, we can still be a decent human being. Because let me tell you something, and that's another thing where when people lives change for the better and all that, you could become either better or worse. It's all about and how we, our ways and how we move, our ways and how we conduct ourselves with our everyday experiences and react and respond and all that. You heard? Thanks again, OG. Mental Fitness will start to put it to use. Much appreciated, no doubt. Yo, shout out to all y'all in the chat. This is a great chat too, y'all. Word up. Yo, shout out to Raymond. Shout out to Fresh, of course. Shout out to Simon. Let me see who else came in here with some great energy. You know what I mean? But, all y'all who came forth with that great energy, much gratitude, man. If I ain't say your name or whatever the case, you know what I'm saying? Salute, you heard? If you're new to the channel, I appreciate you, you know what I'm saying? If you chose to subscribe, you know what I'm saying? If you could resonate with what I'm, speaking on tonight, much gratitude in advance, you dig? Yeah. But, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm a fitness fanatic for those who are new to the channel. A lot of great things. Again, I want on the closeout too, like I said, again, we could take our destiny and we have so much to live for. And we could change our circumstances. But it's going to take mental fitness, at least for me it is. And how I stay mentally fit is a lot of undoing of what I know and identifying my triggers, identifying what I dislike about myself and what I know could be better. So if you could resonate, and that's all I do. When I come through and you know what I'm saying, to have these conversations on the live and all that, if you could resonate with it, appreciate it. If not, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We all have different outlooks, and that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? But like minds will connect and steel sharpen steel. Straight like that. Straight like that. Life goes on. Relationships change. Out with the old, in with the new. You know what I'm saying? So the things that are so-called, just we will be challenged in life. Things that are so-called whatever it may be that's trying to get the best of you. Let that build you up. Again, keep things in a proper perspective. And I'm going to say this one more time. If you are a healthy, well, able-bodied individual, mind, body, soul, you are already gifted, wealthy, blessed. And I have a responsibility to take these gifts, this blessing, into our best ability, put it toward what is going to make a difference in your life and the lives of others. I can't control what goes on in the world. I can't control my co-workers. I can't control family. I can't control friends. I cannot. And I will not put that type of pressure on myself. And I've been there. Many people are still dealing with it. Again, even in their own households. See, it's not just at the workplace. You got people that, speaking of the workplace, and I just want to say this too. Again, I have so much that I can go on and on all night. Y'all could build with y'all all night. You got people that got more peace at work than they do at home. You won't know it though. Nobody will ever admit that to you. You know how much people carry every day internalized? And their outlet is to smoke, drink, or do the very things that's just only going to make it worse. No judgment to those individuals, because if they're able to somehow get into a space to where they choose a different route to, again, change the circumstance, it can happen. Yo, I appreciate you all, man. I can keep going on and we're going to finish this, you know what I mean? But we got to be mentally fit. And again, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be the one on the champ, yo, do the push. Yeah, that's all good, no. But we dealing with real life, too. I'm dealing with real life, man. And life is amazing. It's beautiful. So take things less personal. I say good morning to some people and stuff that they don't know respond. You have a great day. You be quiet. It's all good. I left good energy. I'm good with me. And then I'll say the same thing to somebody else and it end up being a great conversation. So let's not let whatever distraction, whatever it is that's trying to convince us that things is all turning for the worse. It's not. Because whatever's going on nowadays, people say it's the worst time ever. And that's not true. It's always been horrific times throughout history. That's a whole nother topic, y'all. I ain't gonna go there. Hey, yo, appreciate you all. Mental fitness, we gotta be fit in this world. Mental fitness first and foremost, and the physical will benefit from a strong mind, you heard? Yo, I appreciate you all. It's a beautiful chat, you dig? You already know Fresh 2025 is on its way. We here. And yo, with that being said, I catch you on the next go around. You already know I'm out of here.